Okay, guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yeah, it's been a minute since the last YouTube video, and I know I've said literally in every other YouTube video that that's gonna change, but like it actually is going to change today, and there's a lot that I'm deciding to change. So yeah, I'm gonna stop give bullshit excuses like I'm busy and stuff to actually take the time out to make these videos because I actually love making these videos so much. And um I need to start treating it as like I have to instead of I want to as well. This is kind of like a non-negotiable whenever you start at the gym. If you only do it when you feel like it, are you going to get any better? Are you putting yourself outside of your comfort zone? Not really. So that's what I'm gonna have to do with these YouTube videos on the days where I feel like I'm tight on time, the days where I feel like I couldn't be bothered and I just want a gym session myself. I might just have to just film it, even film it, see what it's like, make a YouTube video out of it. Instead of like, for me, I have to kind of build myself up the whole day, record the YouTube video, and then constantly critique myself while I'm at it and being like, Jesus, that was shit, Ray. Jesus, what the fuck was that? I need to get out of that bullshit state of mind and kind of listen, practice what I preach, and kind of not care about what other fuck people think. So yeah, so today's video, it is the 20th of December, and I went drinking on Boxing Day, and I was let's just say it was a heavy night, and I've kind of just decided that I never want to do that again, and that it's not worth it because I didn't go to the gym the day after, which is something I'm like, what? How do I not go to the gym? I went to the gym on Christmas Day, and I don't go to the gym after Boxing Day. And I didn't go to the gym on Boxing Day because I thought if I'm drinking tonight, I don't want to ruin my gains from today. And then I didn't go to the gym, so I didn't go to the gym for 2 days, which is like, it's not like me. And every day I really want to go to the gym to improve myself, but it's also my hobby, and it's like, well, if it's getting in the way of my progress and my goals, what is the actual point? And the thing is that was one day. I only drank for one day over the Christmas period, and I thought to myself beforehand, like that's fine. And to 99% of the people, that is way more than fine. If you're drinking all the time, you cut down one night. That's fucking great. But for me, and how I woke up the next day and how I felt, it's just not worth it for me anymore. So I think I'm gonna stop drinking for the foreseeable, for as long as it doesn't align with my goals in terms of how I want to feel and how I want to look and how I want to perform in the gym. And yeah, it's just not aligning for me. So I think I'm gonna cut it out. And I needed to say it on this YouTube video to also hold myself accountable, because if one of these guys watches it and then New Year's Eve you see me drinking, you're gonna be like, what are you doing? And yeah. So yeah, just wanted to say that, kind of let you know how I'm feeling at the minute. But the fact is, I could very easily, it's the 20th of December, I could very easily just say, you know what, I'll save that for after Christmas. I'll save that for after New Year. Do you know what I mean? After the first. And for you guys, you could watch this video on the 20th of December, 29th, whenever I post it, see it, and be like, oh yeah, yeah, I like this guy, I like his videos, I would like to do what he's doing, like give it a try, but I'm gonna wait until the 1st of December to do it. What? What? The 1st of December is a Thursday? Will you not also be like, oh, I can't start on a Thursday, I'm gonna have to wait till Monday? And then you're on what, the 5th of the 4th or 5th of January, and you're already 4 days in. You're like, oh sure, may as well wait to the end of January to start because the gyms are going to be packed with other people starting, and I don't want to be going in when it's packed. No, that you're always going to keep on pushing it out, and I don't want to be like, nah, you're crazy, or I don't want to be like criticizing you for thinking that way, because I'm pretty sure almost everyone, unless you're a literal robot machine, has thought and procrastinated in some way, just like I did for my YouTube videos. Procrastinated, had to big it up. The best thing you can do is start. Even today, even the day you watch it, start. Do something. Get down on the floor and do press ups. That is if the gym is your goal. Get down and do press ups. If you can't do press ups, go for a walk. Do something. Do something that you will feel proud of, and you'll be like, you know what, this isn't actually that bad. And you start a foundation, and you start to try build up these habits. And those habits aren't just going to instantly enter your life on the 1st of January. That's not how it works. So if there's anything to take from that, is like, start today, whatever you're doing. If you are, if you're into other shit, if you want to run a marathon next year, it's not gonna. The difference between you waiting until January is there's no difference. Only that you get to start earlier, and you get to be a better version of yourself tomorrow instead of in a week's time. So yeah, go do it. I really go do it. Let me know if you start something. Send me a text. Show me that you've started. Get accountability. Really, really, and celebrate that yourself in your head. It doesn't have to be 2 people. You can send it to me, but celebrate yourself. Look, I took my first step today, not next week. And then, do you know what? You will be ahead of everyone else that's starting in January. You'll walk into the gym and you'll actually know a little bit about what you're at. If you start researching it today and you start taking action today of how you want it to look, what you want to do, and hold yourself accountable to that. Set a date that you're going to start, hopefully tomorrow. But if you've got something on tomorrow, the next day, and really regiment it out. And because if you start regimenting and you start saying, I'm going to go to the gym on this day, this day, this day, you don't hold yourself accountable, you're going to be disappointed in yourself, and you might toss it off to the side and say, oh well. But you actually will, for a little second, be disappointed in yourself. And I don't really want any to feel like that. Yeah, I'm not trying to be a dick at all. For me, there is things that I am pushing out, but I am pushing out for a reason. I am going to start my cut on the 10th of January. I want to drop 10 kilos by the 22nd of May. So this is kind of like the regiment, the planning that's taking place. Start on the 10th of January, end on the 22nd of May. And what that is because I've got an exam on the 8th of January. And with all the shit that's going on, I don't think I could, and my brain power, I need to focus on the exam on the 8th of January versus my gym goals. It's going to the side for a minute. So starting to cut then probably isn't worth it for me. So I'm going to start on the 10th of January, give myself the 9th of January to celebrate, not with alcohol, to celebrate, have some good food, go out with my girlfriend, have some good food, because a cut would debilitate me from doing that, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to start my cut on that day and then move forward. But one thing I would say about, for you guys, I don't want to make this so long-winded, but I'm trying to give you advice on a lot of my stuff is about the gym and getting bigger, and I haven't really thought about teaching you guys how to lose fat, because I'm not in that stage myself. I have done it before, and what I will say is that the theory of it is so simple, but the execution for a lot of people is really difficult. But once you do it once, that's it. You've got a blueprint of how to do it. You've got a step by step of how to do it once you've done it once. And for everyone, it's a little bit different, but the main fact is you have to eat less calories, or expend more calories than you're eating. So that would mean between your total body movement, between the amount of calories you're eating, and then whatever your BMR is, like the calories that you use to stay alive. As long as that is more than what you're eating, then you will be in a calorie deficit and then you'll lose weight. That sounds really simple, and the main hard part that people deal with is like the discipline of it all, and learning how to actually count your calories correctly. And it kind of frustrates me because whenever you start counting your calories, you kind of need to get the scale out. You kind of need to do all these things that people kind of associate with different shit, like eating disorders and whatever. If someone sees you counting out your macronutrients, or you choosing not to kind of go for the smash burger whenever you're out for a social event, those kind of things. Those are the kind of things that people kind of criticize you for, even in your family. If someone sees you whipping out the scales, they're kind of like, "What are you doing?" You just need to have it in yourself. That's where people crumble. Like, you need to have it in yourself that this is what I'm working towards. And if you can educate the people around you, like, look, this is what I kind of have to do to get me started. But that's the main thing, to get you started. So for most people, most people kind of eat the same things regularly. And if you kind of figure out in your head what the foods are, and you track for a couple of weeks on like whatever calorie counting app you want, you track and you weigh and stuff, you'll kind of get good at it, and you'll kind of be able to count in your head your calories, if you know what I mean. So you know that this meal that you have all the time has between roughly 750 to 800 calories. Like, that's the tolerance between if you added a slightly extra scoop of rice into that meal, whatever. Do you know what I mean? And you can kind of, the longer it goes in, the sooner the scales and all the bullshit goes out and people start. But it's those couple of weeks of like really grinding and trying to get it into your head, like, this is the routine I need to build, and I need to do this for myself, so that like people around you just stop criticizing you. But then that anguish will fade because they'll not see you doing things like that. But the main thing, like, people will always be like, why, dude, why are you not taking, if you're out with your mates and you choose a low calorie beer, they're always going to say something. And do you know what? The same people will be jealous of your results at the end, or the same people will be like, whoa, dude, how did you do that? You must be on Ozempic. Shut up. I just was disciplined. I worked hard, and I didn't listen to your bullshit whenever you said it. And do you know what? They'll think about that for 1 second, and then they'll go home and sleep. They won't think about it again. But the feeling it gives you is so difficult to, I don't know, get over. For me, anyway. Jesus, this has been a rant. Anyway, I'll talk more about it after, in probably more of a succinct way, because this was a tangent. But yeah, we're gonna go hit chest today. Um, and I'll see you in the gym. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I kind of need to get better at like kind of condensing things and planning what I'm going to say. But like, at the end of the day, my thing is a relatable gym guy. I am not good at talking yet. I'm going to get good at talking hopefully by doing more and more of these. So yeah, let's go hit the gym. I'll see you in there for chest, and hopefully I'll take you through some of the techniques more this time versus other videos, because obviously a lot of you guys are only starting the gym, so you kind of don't really know how to like set up the shit that I've got set up. I'll kind of take you through that more, and hopefully then once you see that video, you should be able to start and do my exact workout tomorrow. And I would fucking love to see that. That would make my day if one of these guys watched my video and done my workout. Send it to me over Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Send it to me and show me that you guys are getting started. Show me that you're working on yourself, because that would be amazing. And you have no excuses, because I'm going to take you through every exercise, how to set it up. I've given you like a pep talk as such. It's all up to you now. You get started. And yeah, That would be fucking insanely good. And then I'll upload the next video and the next video and the next video, and you'll know how to put together this kind of a weekly routine of workouts. And then you literally fuck all excuse. Obviously can't fit that all into one video, but for my for recommendations, go look at Jeff Nippard. Very good. Take everything he says with a pinch of salt. Also, you don't have to be so. It doesn't have to be so regimented like him. Sam Sulek's also pretty good. These are guys that are like, well, also the main thing of their workouts is working really fucking hard. That is the main thing. It doesn't matter what you could literally, I don't know, swing on monkey bars and build muscle because you're working hard. You need to find out what works for you. So yeah, watch as many YouTubers as you can. Watch as many TikToks as you can, like about these things. Research it for yourself. Get started tomorrow. See you guys. Okay, so incline bench. I've mentioned this in a video of mine before, but incline bench is like staple. Whether that's on a Smith machine, whether it's on a machine like an actual machine, or whether it's using dumbbells, or whether it's using the barbell. Why that is because, like, if any of these guys do watch Jeff Nippard, or if you watch, like, literally it's became kind of standard now in the gym industry that incline bench is always going to be a better option than flat or any other chest pressing movement like decline, because it actually does hit all three heads of your pec. So you think because it's incline, it might only hit your upper pec, but it actually stimulated the same growth in all three as flat did, but extra on the incline. So if you're a beginner and you want to get ahead of other people, you might see other people doing flat. You might actually prefer the flat. That's up to you. But for me, if you want to give my workout a go, give the incline a go, and I'm going to show you how to do it here. Yeah, for a beginner, the easiest way probably is to come in and find the incline machine. Or like most gyms might have this setup where there's barbell there already. The machine's basically in the right position that you want. It's at the right incline, is set up perfectly for an incline press. So that might work to your benefit. If you're a beginner, you want to get in, you want to get started straight away, and you want to know what you're doing straight away. Because once you know how to do this, it's very easy to apply it to other things. If you want to go over, do the dumbbells, if you want to set up a Smith machine, there is some caveats in that where you have to kind of get the thing centered up. You have to find out your right angle. You have to find out what way you want to set it up on the Smith machine. All of those things I'm going to cover in coming episodes. But for now, if you want to do my workout tomorrow, remember we said tomorrow, let's find one of these machines, or let's find one of these machines and let's hit this. Or if you can't, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a bench there, and this exact same things apply, which I'm going to tell you now. All you have to do is do it on a flat press if you're going to do that. But first of all, what we'll want to do is, if you lean back, you have to set up this part of the seat so that your eyes are staring straight at the bar. Perfect. Simple, easy. Eyes looking at the bar. Okay. Now, where do I grip the bar? So, gripping the bar for everyone is different. But for me, I kind of like to put bring my elbows out, but I don't flare them. I keep them tucked. So, put my arms in front of me, elbows tucked in underneath, and then I'll come up until I hit the bar. So that's me there. That's where I'll hold it. So that means whenever I'm doing the press, I'll get that nice bar path of down. My elbows tuck. My elbows do not flare. They tuck. So my elbows are tucked, and I'm able to push out with the chest, not with my front delts, not with my triceps. They will help, but primarily my upper chest. But I haven't perfected this just yet. So if any of you guys study engineering and stuff like that,
how are you going to be able to produce the most power to lift the most weight? You need to have a really stable foundation and stable base. So if I'm down here, I'm not stable at all because my back is flat, but no one's back is flat. Everyone's back is grooves. So you're actually not that stable on the pad. So what you want to do is you want to act like there's a pencil right along your spine, and you want to pinch that pencil with your shoulder blades. So you're going to pinch in, and then your actual shoulder blades make a really stable base. So you'll pinch in and you'll feel your belly come out. And then you've got a round in your back, and that's you. That's literally all you have to do. Your feet, whether it's on one of these, you can put it up here. Whether it's on the floor with a flat press, I suggest putting it on the floor. But for starters, this is pretty fucking good. If you really want and you want to be a power lifter and look like a power lifter, you can get your legs all the way back here, make the most stable base ever, and try out that. But again, yeah, try out things that work for you. Most people are going to be fine with just retracting their scapula. That's like the term I use for like retract. That's like the scientific term for doing that. Retract your scapula, pinch, and then you've got that base. And then you can do what we talked about earlier, bringing your arms up so you've got your bar path. The next part is actually performing the lift. So once you've got your everything ready and you're ready to do it, you're going to want to push up and bring the bar out in front of you. Now, the bar path should come down and lie just maybe above your nipple line. And from here, you're able to push up, but the bar doesn't really go straight. If you can see, the bar will go up and back at the same time. So that's what you want to do. And then from there, you're able to basically do a perfect incline bench press. For here, I'll always kind of do 6 to 8 reps because I'm really working on my hypertrophy. If you're a guy that wants to get really strong, you might want to stay in that 1 to 5 reps. And if for everyone else, kind of stay in that 8 to 12 rep range, and you'll build muscle in your upper pec, you'll build muscle in your mid pec and your lower pec, making like it's a perfect exercise for hypertrophy. So yeah, now that we've set that up, I'm gonna hit my sets. I'll see you in the next exercise. Okay, set 2. Jesus Christ. Holy fucking hell. That was bad last rep. That was really bad. Really bad. Don't do that. Holy shit. Okay. I want to talk to you for a minute before. After that second set. Yeah, so second set. At the end, my butt was like a way off the pad. And that's not the correct form for incline bench. So please don't do that. Why I did that was because obviously I don't have a spotter. And I decided to try and get that last rep to go to failure. Yes, I did go to failure, but it came at a cost to my form it came at a cost to like, I could have injured myself there, and thankfully I didn't. But for you guys, at the start, please don't sacrifice your form too much, if you know what I mean. It's different if you're going to failure and the last few reps, your form kind of starts to deplete, but not to that extent. When your form starts to deplete, there's like a scale of, you have to weigh up the benefits. You know what I mean? Benefits getting extra few reps and going to failure. That's really good for hypertrophic stimulus, but if you get injured, it's not worth it. Like, so don't let it ever break down to that. That was really bad. I'm not proud of that, but and then it will happen to you if you're a beginner. It will happen to you if you're like kind of experienced like I am. It does happen. You kind of just need to check. Like, I probably went for that rep because I'm being filmed on YouTube, and I was like, right, I'm not skimping out of this rep. And in hindsight, probably shouldn't have done it. But yeah, that's just the life. You know what I mean? Yeah, not proud of that one. Okay, so this is a flat chest press, which is normally in most gyms like that I know, that I've been to. There's always some sort of flat chest press, whether it's plate loaded or pin loaded. They're all kind of roughly the same, and I use them to my advantage of really tiring out my chest. So for me, that's just the way I like to work, is where I'll go kind of heavy on a heavy movement, because that always fills me with like confidence and stuff. But the first movement is always like a heavy compound. Well, that's the kind of way I'm working right now. Heavy compound. So for me, it was the incline bench. And if the incline bench went well, the rest of my workout like takes care of itself. So then I'll move on to one of these, or I'll move on to a flat dumbbell press, and I'll really grind out 12 to 15 reps of really like, well, maybe not 12 to 15, but like I'll go to real absolute failure, which is the benefit of these machines. You can go to absolute failure. Your form won't break down. You don't need a spotter, and you can go right to failure. But there is a little bit of form involved. So what you want to do is, like, if it's pin loaded, start at the smallest weight and figure out how to work the machine. If it's plate loaded, don't even add a plate, and try and get your form ready. And if you're going to, instead, you don't want to do incline press, maybe you want to do this as your first because the incline press was too complicated. You don't really want to have that much setup. You want to get in and out of the gym as fast as possible. Something like this is kind of perfect. So if it's your first, you can use the exact same principles that I used for the incline press, where you'll go really heavy on it for 8 to 12 reps, and then you might just use the cables as to finish off your chest, like really to entirety. That's also a perfect way of working. But then there is some form things that you need to like figure out, and it's kind of exactly the same about making a stable base. So with these, you kind of want to be pushing from around your nipples, your nipple line. You want to kind of line this up with your nipple line, and how you do that is by manipulating that. That's mainly it. That's kind of the only way that these machines, you can manipulate the seat placement. So that there is kind of perfectly aligned with my nipple line. Then the next thing we want to do is make that stable base. So we're going to retract our scapula, and then where do we put our hands on the handles? Kind of anywhere that feels appropriate for you. For me, on these, I like to grab this nub bit, because that's where I feel like I can generate the most power and push forward from there. But the main thing then, coming back in, is when we're coming back in, we're not flaring our elbows out like this. When we push out, we come back in and we tuck our elbows in. And do you know what that right here before the weights dropped, the tension is right across the middle of my chest, right there. So again, retractor scapula and push out until we lock out. And then we want to slow and control the negative. And then that's where we feel all the tension across our chest. When we push out, all the tension, and we push out, and then all the tension. Perfect, easy. So give this a try tomorrow, and if you want to do the incline, do it. If you don't. Try this. Really simple. You'll get a great chest pump out of it, and you'll feel great about it. You don't have to go that heavy. You can go as heavy as you want, and yeah, really simple place to start in the gym. Okay, so we'll do a set of these. Fuck. That was good. That was good. Okay, so for shoulders, what I'm really focusing on right now is hypertrophy. So I'll always kind of use machine or dumbbells for that. Lots of other people you might see in the gym might be doing like military press and stuff like that. That's where you get like a barbell and you put it up on a rig, like a squat rack, and you do it like free weights as such. But for hypertrophy, that actually isn't the best because hypertrophy, if you're fully stable, you're going to be able to produce the most amount of force through your shoulders, and that force will then translate into your muscle tearing, fatiguing, whatever you want to call it, to create that stimulus for growth. So for hypertrophy, for muscle growth, I actually suggest using one of these. But if you're into all that, like military press and snatches and all that kind of jazz, go for it, do it. It's better than doing nothing, and you will get super strong from it. But for me, and probably going to be your most time efficient way to hit shoulders is probably going to be using a machine like this, or a plate loaded or pin loaded machine, which most gyms normally have is pin loaded machine. But what people don't kind of fully get right is the form, and not that the form's bad, but they could be hitting their front delt. Front delt is this muscular part at the front, right there, which is what is mainly recruited for things like shoulder press, military press, etc. People think of the shoulders as this. You're right. There's three heads of the shoulder. They're called your delts, your front delt, side delt, and rear delt. Your front delt is what's kind of is what people are trying to build whenever they're doing a shoulder press. So how do we target the front delt as optimally as possible using one of these presses? So a lot of people you'll see, they'll be doing dumbbell presses in the gym where their back will be completely at 90-degree angle with the bench, against the bench basically. So they'll be like this, and they'll have the dumbbells here, and they'll go up like that. That is 80% there. That's perfect. And if you're doing this and you enjoy it, keep doing it. But if you want to get that 100% and you want healthier shoulders in the long run, and you want to hit your front delt harder, I'm just going to give you one piece of advice. Take the pad or the bench and put it to the second notch down. Or if you have a machine like this, make that your back isn't straight, but that you're lying back a tiny bit. Not as much as an incline press, but just that first notch so that you're lying back a little bit. And from here, I want you to push straight up. Straight up. So instead of like this and pushing straight up, you're like this. And that angle is what's going to target your front delts better, because your front delts are able to produce more force because they are fully shortened here, but they're fully lengthened here. They're going to be able to produce more force in this direction versus this direction. So next time you're doing a shoulder press, try that. It should be tomorrow. Tomorrow you better be trying this. And from there, it's literally as straightforward as it looks. But what we're going to do, we're going to make our stable base. We're going to grab the bar or the handles of the machine, and we're going to push a little bit out in front of us instead of pushing straight up. This one's a wee bit more exaggerated how you're pushing in front of you. That's because my shoulders are fucked up. They're weird. They're fucked. But we'll push out in front of us and we'll target that front delt a lot better than if we were pushing straight up. And our shoulders will be a lot healthier because of it. Yeah, so try that tomorrow and I'll do my first set of shoulders now. So yeah. Right. So a lot of people think, okay, side delts, they're here. So all I have to do is go out to the side and that's me working them. No. Actually, the correct technique for hitting your side delts isn't fully sideways, but it's a little bit in front. So about there. So that's hitting your side delt. However, training with dumbbells only trains them in the shortened position. They never get fully lengthened your side delts. This sounds like a whole load of gibberish, but I'll show you on the cables upstairs how we can train them in the lengthened position as well as the shortened position and really complement each other to get full growth out of them. So because the dumbbells and because it's such a hard exercise, it's actually really hard to progress on. So what I'll do is cycle progression, where whatever dumbbell I'm at the minute, if I can't get past that, so say I'm doing 10 kg now and I can't get up to the 12s for the reps that I want, then I'll focus on progressing with the lengthened position. And I'll keep on doing that and keep on doing that. This will make a wee bit more sense in a minute. And I'll keep on progressing on the lengthened on the cables. And then once I've progressed enough on those, I'll be able to come back down here and hopefully that will have helped me progress on the dumbbells. So for the form using dumbbells, you can sit down, you can stand up, you can do whatever you want, because really we're only training them in the shortened position. The shortened position is here, like there, where the dumbbell is at its highest point. So what I'm going to want you to do is stand up straight. I'm actually going to stand for this, but I don't know what the camera angle is going to be like then, but stand up straight, hold the dumbbells like this, and I don't really know how to explain this in words, but do this, where you're not coming out to the side, you're not going to the front, but you're going at a 45-degree angle in front. I don't want your arms to be straight also. Keep nice kind of bending the elbow there, and I want you to try and get your pinky to the sky. Just like that. And the main thing with this is volume, really. Your side delts are able to take so much load, and that's where people kind of mess up, is they think, oh, I'm not going to do the exercise because I can't progress in it. The weights I'm doing look pathetic. They will, but everyone's in the same boat. And if you see some massive guy in the gym side raising 30 kilos, his form is bound to be awful, and that's just the reality of it. So try this exercise, try the exercise I'll show you upstairs, and you will have a complete side delt like setup for success. And the main thing, yeah, volume. I hit this 3 times a week, and I do that because They are probably the muscle that is most important for making you look aesthetic and making you look big, because they give you that wide stance. Um, that's up for debate. That's my opinion, so I hit them 3 times a week. But they also are a very important muscle for just general aesthetics. Because everyone in bodybuilding, and if you're into aesthetics, wants like a round cap shoulder. So you do need to hit your side delts if you want that. Having strong side delts also helps you with a litany of things, such as like they actually help you stabilize during bench press and shoulder press. They're one of the stabilizing muscles, so hitting them actually makes your bench press stronger. So yeah, definitely recommend. But trust me, they are sore. They are really, really, really sore. So pick a weight that's light enough for you to do 13 to 15 reps on this. And if you want to, in the same session, do the one I've done above. But normally I'll just stick to the one and just alternate between them. So today I'll do a set of dumbbells. I'll show you the form for the cables upstairs, and then you can choose tomorrow which one you want to do. Triceps. So for our triceps, when we want to train the long and short head of the tricep, the long head is the part that's going to be the beefiest, that's going to cause the most growth in your actual tricep. And what train your triceps actually does is it makes your arms look way bigger than if you just train biceps. So biceps actually take up 2/3 of your whole arm's muscle mass, and your biceps is 1/3. So you need to train your triceps if you want big arms. But also a really good thing about training triceps is things like your bench and your incline bench and any pressing movements with chest pressing movements will like be enhanced by training your triceps, because they are involved in the press movement. And once you get strong triceps, they'll help out with that, and you'll be able to lift more in bench, which is an added benefit. So when we're thinking about the beefiest part of the triceps, the long head, that's the one that's probably going to give us most bang for our buck. In terms of if we train this, our arms will get bigger. So that's the one when we start training our triceps, we kind of want to target first. So the long head of the triceps is targeted using overhead movements like this. So what I use is this, the cable overhead press, or tricep extension, I think there's the word, cable overhead tricep extension. So how I'll set this up is I'll have my cable kind of halfway along this. I'll use a straight bar. First of all, I'll push down and then I'll push up. So once you've got the bar here, all you have to do is come back, straight back, like this, and up. And that's it. And by God, you'll feel it in your triceps. So you'll come back, you'll feel the long head stretching, and up. This is the long head in its strength, stretch, lengthen position. And now it's shortened. There we go. So this is literally my staple for triceps. This is, some days if I'm feeling not good in the gym, I'll still always do this exercise because of its bang for its buck. I'll do 3 or 4 sets of these. And if I'm really tired or feeling shit, I'll leave out the tricep pushdowns, which is probably the exercise that you see most people doing in the gym for triceps, something like this, where you see someone grab it and they're pushing it down like this. This is great because you're able to push really heavy on it. That's why people do it. It's because they want to look strong as fuck. They want to look cool. They want to push as much weight down as possible. Yes, it does cause tricep growth, but does it cause anywhere near as much growth as an overhead extension? No. Is it important? Yeah, you should do it as well to supplement your tricep overhead extension. So yeah, normally my triceps, if I'm looking to aim for 10 to 20 sets per week for my triceps, I'll kind of do kind of do 4 overhead extension, 3 push down or dips, and then I'll do that twice a week. That'll give me 14 sets per week. So it's within that 10 to 20 rep or 10 to 20 sets per week. And I find that works perfectly for me. So again, if we go through it again, we're gonna set up the bar around halfway. This is useful for whenever you get really strong, but whenever it's quite light, you can literally just pull it out like this and it's like no problem. But whenever you get really strong, I suggest putting it halfway and getting your whole body behind it, pushing it down. And then once you get there, you can put your butt on the machine and then lift it up. From there, you can stand up and perform the overhead extension. So yeah, I'll show you a set of these where I have to maneuver it into position. This might not be the most beginner friendly, but this is what I do. Another great exercise to get that overhead extension is our skull crushers. Skull crushers might be a lot more beginner friendly. So for you guys, look up how to do skull crushers on YouTube, TikTok. There's so many videos out there, and give them a go maybe if you're not confident enough to try this. So yeah, if I select a heavy weight here, something that I'm capable of, and I have it here, I'll show you kind of how I have to fucking maneuver this into place, but push down and get my back in there. There we go. Now my butt's against the machine. I am perfectly stable and I can perform the extension as so, and I'll just put that back like that. Yeah, probably not the most beginner friendly, but I would say it is more optimal than a skull crusher. So maybe for some experienced gym users, definitely give this a go. If you've literally never stepped foot in a gym, the thing is, the tricep pushdowns will probably cause more growth. Give you growth anyway because you've never stimulated that muscle. So as soon as it gets stimulated, doesn't matter how it's stimulated, it'll start to grow. That's you hear people call them the newbie gains, but that's what they are. So for the form for that, you're gonna wanna set it up. I like to have the bar at like shoulder height, and I'll push it down and I'll come out. But the thing with this is that your elbows should never move position, if you know what I mean, unless you're getting to the end of a set. And remember we talked about earlier, like breaking down that form and weighing up the value of value versus the risk of getting hurt. So with this, if I'm here, I want to keep I want to push down, but I want to keep my elbows in the exact same position. But say I rep that the fuck out, and then I get to the end of my set, and I know I've got more left in the tank. If I then let my elbows change position, and I start within reason, letting my elbows move and breaking down that form within reason and weighing up our risk to reward ratio, then that's okay. And someone that's a big preacher of this is Sam Sulek, where to get the ultimate failure and to get those, really go to failure, you might have to break it down a little bit, and that's okay. And it's okay to make mistakes as well, but you really do want to dial in that form before you start making those, before you have to try and make that call in your head. Don't start away and start doing this and stuff, because it's not going to benefit you at all. Get on the
get on the extension or push downs. Keep your elbows in the exact same place throughout the whole movement. They're the pivot. That's it. Perfect. And then if I, yeah, that's literally it. So yeah, that's my literal push workout right now. Hope you guys enjoyed, and please give it a try. Some of the exercises in there, you should be able to do them all. Maybe the overhead extension is the one that might be the hardest to do as a beginner, because I think the cable machine can be pretty daunting, especially because in gyms people sometimes be queuing for them and they might be watching you and watching, but they're probably looking to see, oh, is he nearly done? Is he on his last set? So that's why it can be a bit daunting. So yeah, if you are not comfortable doing the overhead extension, please try skull crusher. Is another really good exercise. And if you're not, the other one is, sorry, the high to low cable press. If you don't have cables free in your gym, please try the pec deck. And yeah, that's literally my push workout. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the car. Yeah. Okay, so that's us done. Yeah, thanks for watching. Yeah, instead of going back out to the car and having to set up the camera in the car and stuff, I'm just gonna do talk here. But yeah, great session. Hopefully, you guys are able to, I don't know, hit somewhat of a session the same as mine. I don't know if I went through everything in enough detail so that someone who's never been to the gym would be able to hop in and do it straight away. But like, at least give it a go. At least do something tomorrow that's going to better yourself. Like, it doesn't have to be exactly my gym session. It doesn't have to be going to the gym. It could be getting down, doing a few press ups. It could be going for a walk. Just do something. Like, yeah, don't wait to the 1st of January, because then you'll wait to the 5th of January, and then you'll wait to the end of January, and you just don't want to get into that domino effect of procrastination. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. For me, yeah, I'm gonna keep on trying to pack on muscle until the 10th of January. Then I'm gonna cut down, and I'll take these along with that. I give a little bit of insight on how we're gonna lose fat. I'll probably, before I start my cut, do like a real in-depth video on how I'm going to set up my cut and basically set myself up for success in terms of fat loss. But before then, I might do a video on what I have been doing about actually gaining muscle. Something outside of the gym where we can talk about food, we can talk about protein, we can talk about supplementation, because this is a big thing in like going to the gym. So yeah, but the first thing to do is get into the gym, get confident in the equipment you're going to be using, be confident in yourself, be ready for change, be ready to be in difficult situations where you don't want to do them, but you know what, growth doesn't happen anywhere else. So yeah, for you guys that are going to do it, are going to take the leap of faith, are going to take that step tomorrow, fucking good luck and fair play. And if you need any help, do not be afraid to comment, text me on Instagram, text me on TikTok. If there's anything that in this video that you didn't fully understand, that I didn't go fully in depth, so you don't either research for yourself, go look up things, because there's definitely people that are able to explain it better than I am. Or just text me and I'll explain it to you as best I can. Yeah, I was actually really nervous for this video again, which is probably a thing I need to get over a lot quicker of, and
kind of be ready for and put myself into situations which I don't feel comfortable, and I really don't feel comfortable in front of the camera yet. So there's just things within my speech that I just get nervous and I say shit, but like at the end of the day, I'm here to put myself out there and here to be of help to you guys and show you that I'm not perfect and I'm still able to do it. Um, there's still things that definitely people are going to be critiquing me on, like that guy needs to lose body fat, that guy's weak on this, that guy's this, that, whatever. There's always going to be those dickheads. I'm here to show you that you can do it, and be healthy and be strong and be proud of yourself without looking perfect, without all of that shit. If you're confident in yourself, you're confident in your body, you feel strong, you feel healthy, you feel fit, who gives a fuck what anyone else says? So yeah, my goal is to diet down. I'm going to take you through that journey, through to the 22nd of May. And then I haven't really planned ahead of that, but yeah, that's what is constantly going through my head right now, is like complete micro controlling of my plan. So I can't wait to take you along with that and show you, like, well, there's a guy that goes to the gym, a guy my age, a guy that I know, a guy this, and he can do it. And I'm gonna show you how simple it is. But then if you're looking to do that, it's all down to your discipline. And I'm gonna use you guys as a accountability kind of tool, give you updates on where my weight's sitting, give you updates on how my lifts are going, how I'm going to try and maintain my strength through my cut, and so much more. So please stay tuned, please subscribe, please, if any of that sounds interesting to you, subscribe, follow my TikTok, follow my Instagram, etc. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.